All right, so it is March of 2022, and figured I'd do a update. So last year we bought this camper. It's a Sunray 109, and I want to go over some of the best modifications that we made. So last year we ended up going out west. We went to Colorado, Utah, Arizona, Nevada, or not, we didn't go to Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Texas. We were all over. We put about 5,500 miles on in a very short period of time. And when we got the camper, we got it in May of last year, right towards the end of May, actually right before Memorial Day weekend. And, you know, we did a lot of work just to change things. It was ready to go. I mean, you could have hopped in it and went, but there's things that we did. So I want to go over some of the best, what I think are the best improvements. Some of them are modifications, and I'll point them out, and then I've got some footage probably that I'll throw in here. But if you look at this front nose of this, so here we have our tongue. And if you know anything about Jeep, you want to have a 300-pound tongue weight. So this originally had a tire stored up here on the front. And I'll show you that video of sort of how we moved the tire. All right, so here we go. Got the tire off, spare tire. And we're going to move it around to the back. For right now, for this trip, we're probably going to leave that on there, but eventually I'll pull that off. Now remember, the key, what we're doing here is we are going to take this tire, which is pretty heavy, the spare tire, and we're going to make sure it's behind the axle and up here. And that's going to take weight off of our tongue, put it back behind the axle. But originally had a tire. We put on the box. I put on these. These are like a Rotopack, but they're not. They're a different brand. These gas cans, and they didn't have. I mean, we don't live in the America that I grew up in, right? Where if you wanted something, you could go buy it, you could order it, and expect it to be there. So they haven't had the mounts for these for a long time. When I was looking, so I made these. These are L bracket. And then I put these turnbucklers, and you know, some people may say, well, somebody could steal that. Yep, they could. But when I'm camping, I'm usually not leaving this sit at places for a long period of time where we're not. But if there's any concern about whether it's on there and stable, this is perfect, man. I mean, this doesn't come out of here. It doesn't move. So we mounted those on the box. And this box I got at Harbor Freight. Moved, so the propane tank was down in the bottom, moved that up. That was one of the things that we did. And I'll just go through some mess in there from storage and stuff. We'll put in some film with some of the other things that we did. But here's an improvement that we made. So we raised these. This was easy, and I'll show you how to do this. Just from here to here, give you a little bit more space, more room back here. We also put. So this is how simple this thing is to take off. Is you gotta pop this out. And then it slides off like that. Now we've got a 13 millimeter. it down. We also put in this net, took out the microwave, put in the net. Okay, so this was pretty much a 5-minute improvement. Put these in the angle. I did keep, I used the original holes. So for whatever reason, when they mount that, where the mount is just a little bit down from the corner here, as you can see. So that's it. We'll see how that does. And we've got more work to do. In the net, backsplash, talk about that. But put up these backsplash here. So this is what. But one of the things that you should do is you should buy a couple of these collapsible buckets. Yeah, there's a sink here. Yeah, it drains out over there. But this bucket is by far, this system is by far the better way to really wash dishes and that sort of thing when you're out camping. One of the things that I did is I moved this tire back here. And so I've got it's mounted, you can see up here, it's mounted to the top rack that came with the camper, and it's mounted up underneath. And then this pole that this tire is mounted to, you can see that's pretty sturdy. Again, it went, almost 6,000 miles. Well, it is over 6,000 miles with all the other camping we did, and all the other driving we did. But I mounted that on, and this thing can be pulled off. You just take the two bolts off the bottom and take the two off the top, and this thing will pull off. Now take the tire off and you can pull that off. But this last, at the end of the summer last year, I added this mount and I built this table. And so you can see this table swings out here. Now this table, we don't leave it free swinging. I have to finish it up. Right now I've just got 2 boards that I put underneath, and I have a couple of screws that I put in. But this table, once we get the legs on the end of it, this just increases our kitchen space. So when we're back here working, we've got this kitchen space and increases our counter space. So that's some improvements that we made. And then we moved our license plate, talk a little bit about that. We have 2 awnings, and the other side I've got a awning room for it, the ARB adder room. I'll show some footage of that. Okay, we're in Buena Vista, Colorado. This is Turtle Rock. We're in one of their dispersed sites because it has a pit toilet, and Chloe doesn't want to have to go outside, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So we've got our awning set up. Pretty simple. We're going to set the ARB room up. Okay, we have to level up the camper here in just a moment, but here's the inside of the room. We're setting the cots up.
It was significantly colder this morning.
Yeah, it was 47 degrees this morning. All right, there we go. This awning we used for a shower. Now, we have, you may have seen my video, we had a couple of different versions of the shower, and the one that we liked better, we left the awning up in there, and then we just used the rails to come out, and then we had tarps that went up. So the shower was a little bit smaller. Previously, the shower would come out here like 8 foot, 7 foot. So the shower is a little bit smaller. And then we just shower here. And hey, here's the good thing. You sort of got a mirror, you're cleaning up. Nice hot shower out on the road is a good thing. So behold, shower 2.0. So you can see we got our rope like we talked about. We got our rods. We got our tarps. Both these before we came from Amazon. They just clamp down. They'll clamp on any tarp. Tune in. Use that as a mirror. That's what we do. And then you just clamp these two together here and at the bottom. And you are shower ready. Okay. So I'm gonna get into the video, show you a couple other things. There's actually one of the things we did back here is we added 2 jacks down here, and I'll cut in some video from our trip. And okay, got this welded on. That's what the other one looks like. I'll show you what it looks like underneath. So you can see it goes up on the rail there. Forget the weld. It's gonna hold. It's just ugly. So got 2 of these. The other one will go over there. Just primed it a little bit, so I'm gonna let it dry. But there we go. Frosty morning on the mountain. We're taking everything down. And I still have to get the trip uploaded, so that's going to be coming soon. But I just want to do this and show you. I think these are some great improvements that you should make also. And one thing I didn't show you is, so mounted the regulator here underneath the box. I like the way that came out. And here's our main power switch panel that I was showing you earlier. Put the battery in here. Got some other storage. This is all right, guys. So there you go. I completely recommend, if you're looking to buy an off-road trailer, I completely recommend the Sunray 109. And I've heard some, there's some videos out there. A couple of things that you want to make sure before you purchase it. We got the Sport, and the Sport it has the 3,500 pound axle. I think after 2020, I think they all had the 3,500 pound axle. But that's a 3,500 pound axle. It's got Kenda tires on it, which those things have been bulletproof so far. Radio sucks, but like everything, you should check your bearings. I mean, before we take it out this year, we're gonna pop the wheels off, make sure the bearings are full of grease. You have to take care of your stuff, and that means maintaining it. The radios suck on them though. The speakers outside, if you're listening inside, those speakers are good, but the outdoor speakers, they're just not very good at all. So yeah, I would recommend it. Very capable off-road. We went to a lot of places that you're definitely not pulling a bigger camper. How far, were we going the Rubicon Trail with it? It was the first really major trip. We didn't push it too much. I'll probably push it more the next time that we head out there with it. But it's been great. Hopefully you find that useful. If you're looking to do something on your trailer, you bought one, I definitely recommend joining the Sunray 109 group on Facebook. Some good people on there. You'll get to see what people are doing with theirs, which is sort of what we did. And I actually have a high school friend who bought one, and I was looking at all kinds of different trailers, and she lives in Georgia. Her and her husband, I went to high school with both of them actually, great people. Fran and Dan. So if you see them on the Sunray 109 page, give them a shout out. say, hey, I heard about you on Seed Spreaders video. But you know, we looked at what they did. They've got a nice little setup. I have a scuttle type thing that I made. I didn't. We have a little bit of rain today, would you say?
It's been raining all day. It's not a little bit.
All right, some potatoes and onions started here. We're gonna make a camp hash. I didn't buy one, but I made it, and we carry that with us and cook a lot of stuff on that when we go camping. First trip we had a wok. In fact, my wok pan is up on the wall back there. You see it? I didn't like the wok very much, but we had to change out our adapter on the gas quick connect, which is up in the front, and just so that we could hook it up. One of the best things that we bought was a fire pit. We bought one of those propane gas fire pits, and I'm going to tell you what, if you're going out camping out west, so if you're like me, you know, you live in the east and you're going out west. Now, I used to live in Colorado Springs when I was little for a very short period of time. I went out there when I was 20 years old, camping with my buddy. We spent a couple weeks in the mountains camping. We were in his Chevy Citation. I think it was a Citation. That's what we camped in. We were up in Old Forest Roads. I mean, we hammered that thing. We had to actually get an alignment done before we drove home because, you know, those washboard roads. Anyways, I have experience out there, but this modern day and age, I think there's a lot more. I think the national park system probably is more developed, has definitely more employees, bigger, probably more capable. And so, I mean, they'll rule out open fires, but you can always have a gas fire like that. So that was great for us. I liked it. When we went camping this past December, my oldest son and I went down to Smoky Mountains, and when we were down there, we could have had a fire, but it rained. So that I could put underneath. So we had our awning out, and you could have that underneath. So it was cold. It was December, and it rained, and then it turned all the frozen frost through the night. But yeah, we had that, and we were able to sit outside underneath the awning while it was raining and stay.
What you doing?
The coyotes are active tonight. And stay warm and enjoy the fire. So I think that was a good purchase, and it's been a really, really good, solid platform for overlanding, car camping, off-road camping, whatever you want to call it. It's been a good platform. So hey, thanks for stopping by the channel. This is probably going to be a longer video, just because I've got a lot of stuff to cut into it and show you. I hope you find it a useful video. And if you do, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe, hit the little ding bell thing, smash whatever you smash in order to follow. So, thanks for joining. Appreciate you spending some time with us. I'm always humbled by people who will come by and watch the channel. So God bless you, and pray for my family, and I'll pray for yours tonight. I'm going to pray for every viewer who watches this, that God would bless them and let them experience His grace. All right. God bless you. Have a good night.